A radiant barrier is a great way for lowering your energy bills, but how do radiant barriers work? Have you ever been up in your attic during a sunny summer day? Would you describe the heat as unlivable, or even oppressive? That's because your attic could be up to 100 degrees warmer than the outside temperature. What's the cause of this? Let's take a trip back to our school days and the methods of energy transfer. There are three: convection, conduction, and radiation. Conduction happens when two solid objects touch each other. Heat is transferred through the objects. A good example is when the stove gets hot, heat is transferred to the teapot. Convection happens when the air is warmed. The warm air rises and expands. That's why you notice the cat is catching a cat nap in a comfortable location. Radiation happens when heat moves from a warm space to a colder space. A good example is the heat moving from a fire to the colder areas surrounding the fire. If the man were above the stove, he'd be being warmed by convective heat. But because he is in a cooler location to the side, he is being warmed by radiant heat. The radiant heat will warm the man's face and legs. However, his backside is cold, because the radiating waves of thermal energy will only be absorbed by parts of his body facing the stove. Now imagine the sun is the stove and your house is the man's face and legs. Once the radiant energy is absorbed by your roof surface, it has to go somewhere cooler, which means it will move into your living space. Very little will convect away into the air, and some of it conducts through the roof's materials. However, most of it radiates to the cooler surfaces inside of your living space. After the radiant heat penetrates into your attic space, it will bypass your traditional insulation instantly, because traditional attic insulation was created only to stop convective heat gain or loss. Radiant barriers were created with the sole purpose of stopping radiant heat by reflecting the radiant heat back into space and not allowing it to warm your living space, keeping your house more comfortable and ultimately lowering your energy bills. A properly installed radiant barrier will stop 97% of thermal radiation, reduce electric and gas bills drastically year-round, increasing the efficiency of your AC and heating unit by not having them to work as hard for as long. The best part is a properly installed radiant barrier is maintenance-free for life. And farmers have found that rodents and insects do not like it at all, helping reduce rodent and insect infestations in your attic's insulation. For more information, please visit energyimprovements.net or call 1-800-256-5867.